Hello, my name is Rob Noel of the Rob Noel Golf Academy in Abita Springs, Louisiana. Today I'd like to analyze the golf swing of one of my students, Beau Briggs, class of 2015. Beau and I have been working together since he's about 12 years old. He is now 17. He's come an awful long way with his golf swing and I'd like to share some of his strengths and weaknesses and kind of our plan to improve some of his weaknesses. So for starters, you can see that Beau is extremely athletic. He sets up in an extremely geometrical address position to begin with. And I know Beau's worked very hard on this throughout the years. And you can see very, very solid and balanced, ready to make a solid golf swing here. Let me get you started here. One of the things that Beau does very well, starts the sequencing out in the backswing very good. But here shortly you'll see one of the issues that he has that we've been working quite hard on, and I'll share with you some of the things that we're doing to improve this. But you can kind of see right off the bat that one of the things that we like to see is a very, very steady centered head, very centered spine. We'd like to be able to keep everything very stable as we go back. Now, you can kind of see here on the backswing as Beau starts back, his hips tend to reverse over to the left just a little bit as he arrives at the top. In that case, is sort of tilting his spine in this direction as well. You can see that in the start down, one of the things Beau does very well because he creates a lot of club head speed, about 118 miles an hour with a driver and about 95 miles an hour with a 6-iron. Beau has a great ability to be able to separate his upper and lower body, create an awful lot of stretch between them, and that allows his muscles to contract really fast as he comes down through the ball. As Beau comes down into the start down and the downswing, you can see that he's got a tremendous amount of lag pressure, putting a lot of stress on the shaft. He arrives at impact with some very good alignments, very good for ball control and solidness of contact. You can also see that as Beau gets on through, he finishes a nice balanced athletic finish there. So the only weakness that Beau really has in the backswing is really pivot related. And what we find is that what we've done in just recently is we met with a physical therapist and found out that Beau has some issues physically. Nothing major, just some very tight hamstrings and very weak glute muscles. And so what that does is it doesn't allow Beau to load up into his right leg as well as we'd like him to. So we'd really like to see Beau do a little better job of loading up into his right leg, and that would allow him to keep his spine just a tiny bit more vertical and allow for a more rotational motion on the back as well as on the down. One of the other things that we're working on, and I think this has a lot to do with some of the physical issues that Beau has, is I'll load the down the line view here, and you can kind of see that in Beau's start down that his right foot tends to come up really, really early. You'll notice also that the knee kind of works towards the ball, the right heel works towards the ball, and also the hips work towards the ball. Let me kind of wind this front view down here. Okay, and you can kind of see the right foot is up a little bit. When this happens, the right hip has a tendency to kind of get in the way, so to speak, and as a result of that, Beau tends to drop the club a little bit inside, so when he errs, he tends to err a little bit too inside out. And what happens is because the lower body kind of outraces the upper body on the downswing, that's what causes the club to come a little bit inside out, therefore creating a little bit of an issue. But fortunately enough, we've figured out the problem. Beau is working real hard now to try to get that in line, and I'm sure he'll get that in line here pretty quick. Let's take a look at Beau's plane here. And you can see in the startup, I'll just draw a couple lines here, and we can kind of look at some of the basic planes. You can see that as Beau starts the club back, does a pretty nice job in the startup. Club might be just a little tiny bit outside on the back. We're still going to work pretty hard on getting this alignment where the right forearm, hands, and club all line up a little bit better than that. Beau gets to the top, very nice position there. Left arm right across the chest, right arm very, very solid against the body there, so that's not bad at all. Let me draw another line here. During golf swing, the plane tends to shift. I like to say it kind of shifts up to the right shoulder, and you can see as Beau gets up to the top, his right shoulder, his hands, and the sweet spot of the golf club are all starts down. You can see the hand start down, pretty good line into the ball. But because some of the issues we talked about with the right foot, the club does tend to get just a little bit inside out. And if anything, creating just a little bit of a hook type motion. But we're going to work that out, and I know Beau's working very hard to remedy some of this. So anyway, if you have any questions about Beau or what we've talked about here in this video, you can contact me. My name is Noel. You can also call me on this phone number here. It's my office phone, or if you prefer, you can email me at rob@robnoelgolfacademy.com. Hope you enjoyed this, and Beau's a wonderful young man, and he's working very hard to become the best player he can be, and as evidence of this very fine golf swing. Thank you.